Yeah, clearly not the end result you guys would have wanted as a team. Just how difficult is it to digest that it all ends tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. Again, I've only been here for 3 months, so can't imagine what some of the other guys feel. I've been here the whole season, so again, you gotta learn from it, and again, prepare for next year already. So didn't really feel like we were on an elimination game. I thought we were playing good ball, so again, fuel it for next year.
For you, it was a lot of first major league debut, first postseason start, et cetera, et cetera. Just what do you take away from this year?
Yeah, I think, I obviously develop as a player and a person and as a teammate. So, again, a lot of great players in here, and the coaches were great. So, the experience I learned here, again, just got to make sure I can take that into next season and, again, learning and shouting and taking everything I can out of it.
How would you describe the scene in the locker room the first half hour when you guys were in here by yourself? Of tears?
Quiet. I mean, again, leaders in the room stepped up. Booney stepped up. They spoke and we listened. So, again, the end goal is the same. Is again, you just got to try and fuel the fire and take it into your off-season training, and again, get ready for spring training and then take it into next season.
What was the message being delivered?
I mean, again, obviously it's not the way we wanted it to end, but I didn't really feel like with our backs against the wall, and a lot of people cherishing the time they had here, and the family we built here. So I think that's the greatest thing about the Yankees is that we're so close and really develop as teammates. And again, it's always not going to be easy, and the game's always going to keep taking from you. So just got to be able to learn from that and again take it into next year.
Cam, how much did the opportunity this year will that fuel your fire this offseason?
Yeah, again, I didn't expect to again be up by July. So again, I learned a lot. Always room to get better. So even today, there's some things I could have done better. So just making sure I'm aware of that, and making sure I'm doing what I do in the off season to prepare for next season.
What are some of those things? What are some things that you hope to focus on and improve that over the winter?
Making sure I'm not slacking. Making sure I'm taking care of my body, doing the right things routine-wise, and again, getting stronger, getting bigger, and taking care of my body.
Max, how do you kind of process that it's over tonight?
It's a tough one. This is it's a tough day. It's obviously not the way that we envisioned it or the way we wanted it. It's still kind of hard to process everything.
It seems like the Blue Jays have really been your Achilles heel all season long. What is it about that team that you guys just couldn't get over the hump?
They do a little everything. They put the ball in play. They get a bunch of hits. They run the bases well. Play good defense, and they pitched. So they played a pretty complete series, and they beat us.
For you personally, what do you take away from this series? What do you take away from this year?
I mean, this series, I really wish that I had some the ability to redeem myself. Didn't want to, being able to be down 1-0 and losing that game it's tough, especially going down 2-0. But the guys they battled hard and were able to claw back one, but it's definitely tough.
You played on a World Series team that won. What did that team have that's missing here? In your mind, when you look at this team, people thought that this was a championship roster and it fell short. What is missing here? What went wrong?
To be able to make it to the end, you need everything to kind of go right. And frankly, we didn't pitch all that well in this series. Gave a bunch of runs, and they beat us. So it's frustrating. We needed to be able to come through and play some cleaner baseball, but we have the talent. We have the personnel to do it. Just fell short.
Paul, just what's the feeling right now as the season comes to an end?
Yeah, I mean, sadness. I mean, just it's not fun to lose, not fun for the season to be over, and not fun when you think you got a team that can win the whole thing and come up short. So, but that's part of the game. Toronto is a really good team, and the other teams still playing are all really good. So it's not an easy goal to try to win the World Series. So yeah, it is what it is. We lost, and a lot of credit to them. They played better than us this series, and tonight another few games they beat us, and congrats to them, and just yeah.
Judge says he remembers teams by not winning the World Series. When you look at this team, what will you remember about this team? I know people think it's very close, but ultimately does it come down to we had a shot to win and we didn't?
Yeah, I mean, the expectations here and the expectations I have and all the guys in this locker room were to win the World Series. That was our goal. We came up short, so unfortunately that will be the thing that sticks with us the most. You look back throughout the year, there was good memories and good things that happened, but ultimately the reason we're here is to win, and we didn't do that.
I know this is early, but do you have any interest in coming back? Do you know what you want to do yet?
I think I'd like to continue playing, but I hadn't sat down and thought about it. I mean, I was expecting to continue to play here and all that, but I still love playing. I still have fun out there. Still want to try to go win, love to compete, so we'll have to see what happens, but thankful for my time here. I don't know what the future's going to hold, and just try to give everything I have every day, and unfortunately we came up short.
What was this season like for you? Just how would you describe the season?
Outside of us losing was the experience was great. Getting an opportunity to play for the Yankees, one of the premier organizations, sports organizations in all the world, and getting to play with the guys in this locker room. I mean, I can't say enough positive things about them, and it definitely gets overshadowed on a day like today where our ultimate goal to win, we didn't do it. And I mean, that's why we're here. That's what we work so hard at, what we work so hard for. And but I mean, the people in this locker room are great. This organization is an amazing, tremendous organization. I'm thankful for the opportunity they gave me, and so still disappointing to lose.
Paul, what kind of growth did you see of Ben Rice this year?
What he did was incredible. I didn't really see him play last year, so I didn't know what to expect. But, I mean, he hit from the start to finish for us this year was amazing, but I think the tough thing for him was not playing a position, those first couple months really outside of spot starts here and there, and then by the end of the year he was playing great defense at catcher and great at first base. And so I think the growth there, continued to see him working. I think he was catching a bullpen today before the game and then taking grounders as well and just trying to stay sharp. So that's incredibly hard to do, and just a guy who continued to try to learn and get better. And I'm sure he even got better at hitting-wise too, but I just felt like he hit the whole year. Great asset to this organization, and whether he continues to play two positions or just one of those or whatever, I mean, he's a really great player and a great teammate. He's going to continue to improve and get better, and just really happy for him.
Mooney had called you one of the best guys he's managed and talked about how these last couple months as you've handled not playing as much as well as anyone could ever expect, with considering the resume that you have. But like, looking back, was it tough? Just when you're used to playing and you're still getting your hits and playing a good first base, and then I know you're not going to cause any commotion, but was it tough mentally to handle that? And like, when you think of where you're going to go, is it you still saying I can be a regular full-time player?
Anything outside of my control, I give no thought to. So, no, it wasn't tough. I just showed up every day and tried to give my best effort. That's how I was taught to play the game. And the days I was in there, prepared to start, and the days I wasn't, there was other opportunities, other things that I got to do. Coming off the bench, not playing, you get a different perspective on the game, and so, I think I had some opportunities to kind of talk with guys like Ben Rice or any of our younger players. I saw stuff that when you're getting ready for your at-bat you don't necessarily see, so hopefully, I affected them and was still able to kind of help our team when I wasn't in there, and then obviously just preparing to come off the bench. I also mean, just being honest, I mean, this game's pretty easy. You go out there and perform, you're going to play. And so guys on this team had, especially in the second half, played better than me and got that opportunity. So there's no excuses. I mean, I would have loved to play better. I gave it the best effort I could, but it's no one's fault but myself that I maybe didn't play as much or, as I had it earlier in my career. But, I mean, I gave every effort I could, and whatever they needed me to do, I tried to do. That was my mindset. That's really always been my mindset. That's how I was taught to play this game. And so it was a little bit of a different role, especially in the second half, but I'm thankful for that opportunity. And, I learned a lot. I got put in some experiences I've really never been in my life. And so looking back, that's, something I can learn on, whether that's me playing next year or just relating to players in a different way. And so I was always trying to look for whatever the opportunity was.
What do you think of Judge's season? He looked 50-plus homers, wins a batting title. People are waiting for him to have this quote-unquote breakout postseason, and he hits 500 in the postseason with 7 RBIs in 7 games. What's your thoughts on this season?
Yeah, there's really no words. I mean, it's almost like we take it for granted because he only hit 50-something homers and not 60, but wins the batting title, which he could have done a few other times, in his career already, but took it to a whole new level. He's the best that I've ever been around. He's also just the greatest teammate I've been around, the best leader, cares about this organization and the fans and the people of New York, cares about the people in the soccer room, just wants to win, so selfless. I know it's all cliche, but it's the truth, and you don't really know that on the outside looking in. And, just thankful for the opportunity to play with him. But, yeah, I mean, his season is unbelievable what he does. You're almost shocked on a daily basis, and he's already and going to go down as one of the best players that's probably ever played this game.
So, Paul, given that, he's now been here 10 years and has not won one, a lot of year misses. I mean, to what extent do you think guys in this room feel like, hey, we need to get over the hump for this guy, and he deserves to win one?
Yeah, I think we all want to win for a number of different reasons. I'd love to, we'd love to win it for Judge. We'd love to win it for Booney. We'd love to win it for all the guys that are in this clubhouse and Steinbrenner family and all the fans of New York. I think there's a lot of reasons to want to win, and I have a lot of confidence that the group here is going to have some chances and probably will win a World Series, but it's not easy. The teams around the league are so good, and everyone's given everything they have, but it's not for lack of effort. And we want to win it for him, and we want to win it for ourselves. We want to win it for all those things I just mentioned.